get anybody to actually kiss me. So I love India, first of all, and when I say about India, actually south part of India is my favorite place, and I always watch a lot of South Indian movies, and they're in Hindi, and I still try to learn Tamil, like I've watched some kind of like a movie that's made in Tamil with Shah Rukh Khan a long time ago, Chennai Express or something like that. So that was my favorite movie. And South India is somewhere that I always wanted to come, and it's my second time in Bangalore. I've been to Bangalore a long time ago, back in 2020. That was back in 2012. So today I'm really excited to be here with you all, and thank Mr. Fizay for inviting me and the entire university, the college team here. So what I'm going to do today is, so I'll talk about, is it okay like it is? All right. This is okay. So what I'm going to do today is I will be talking with you about how the visa process actually goes on when it comes to US, because what I know and what I understand is South Indians are actually the ones that go US than any part of India. So South Indians are actually more over there than North Indians or anyone else in the US as of now when we see the data. So what I'm going to do today is, I don't know your dreams, what you're going to do after you complete your bachelor's degree, but many of you I know for sure you're going to choose US when it comes to study abroad. All right. So I will be talking to you and walking through actually how the visa process actually goes on. Before I go on and talk again, so I think I'm gonna have to show my team members with you guys. So this is This is okay. This is my team, and this is our YouTube channel as well, and it's just been 9 or 10 months we started this YouTube, and it's really gone really viral. You can see 65.4K subscribers so far. So okay. The first thing actually, what I'm going to show is Indian students in the US. Okay, look at there. Indians leading the US, as parents once were immigrants to the US. You know that? Kamala Harris, the Vice President of the US. And Vivek Ramaswamy, let's see if he's going to actually be the president now, but he's really winning a lot in many states. If you talk about the voting system in the states now. And he's actually been very popular so far, and because of them as well, India has actually been really popular. And I'm not an Americanite, but Americans actually love India so much. That I have to say here, because I've got the American people. They just say we love India. They just want to come to India. They want to see, and I've got a team of American people who's been working in Nepal right now, and they want to come to India, and we will be actually working from India as well. Is this okay? So we're talking about this. These are the people once, like their parents were actually Indians, and they just simply, went on a student visa or someone on a work visa, and now they're actually leading America. So even the UK, if you talk about, the Prime Minister of the UK, he's an Indian origin guy. So we see that Indians are really hardworking people, and Indians are. We see that Indians will be the world's leader. So they are the world's leader now, So we're going to talk about simply again. With that being said, this is the record I've seen. I was just going through the Indian students' records in the U.S. and we see that the states actually, the U.S. has actually been a #1 and top priority for Indian students, and it's really increased now than ever. So if you see the data, like in 2022, so our 2000, like if you see 22 to 23 now, comparing to the time like 2009 and 2010, it's really gone really high. So that means US is still going to actually, like welcome a lot of Indian students. So we're going to talk about why US and what are the processes, what are the opportunities you're going to be getting, and what are the visa processes. Those are the bullet points, okay, that I'm going to be discussing with you today. So let's talk about why USA, right? So okay, US has been a very people always say US is the land of opportunity, and it's always the leader of country actually for many countries. So, but many actually will not really will try to argue with me if you're politically kind of influenced US. But then I'm not here to actually discuss about politics and all. But what I've seen and what I've actually been through is actually US has been a very powerful leader for so many countries. They can influence many countries actually, including Nepal. I'm from Nepal. I can say they've got a very huge power. They can influence the power politics. They can influence the government as well in many countries. So they've been a very big leader for many countries, and I see that the record shows actually many billionaires and millionaires are in the US than any other countries, and even the youngsters are there, they become millionaires. What that shows is actually, if you're trying to learn business in the future, if you're trying to be an entrepreneur, and I think US actually is the best place to learn, because you're going to learn from the champions. You're not going to learn from the people who read the book and just taught you how to be a billionaire or millionaire or how to make a business. So you're going to be learning from the champions itself. You get the internship opportunities, and you've known that Bangalore is a tech, it's a great, it's a developed country. If you talk about if I see IT or machine learning, AI, it's always been on the top in India. So but US is far more, and US has a lot of tech companies, big companies and corporate companies, and they're always prioritize on human rights. If you talk about freedom, how to live and how to talk and how to walk, they've always got actually freedom for many things, which is the reason a lot of people love US. And also the US degrees are really powerful. I mean, if you compare the US degree with, let's say Canadian degree or Australian or UK, and still, US degree is really respected in any other degrees in the world. And I was actually, this is kind of like a business, as a businessman, I kind of just go through some business deals sometimes. So just recently there was a news, published in an article in the US. So Elon Musk actually earns Mukesh Ambani is a very famous guy, famous businessman in India. And number one, right? So Elon, they've got some kind of they was showing, doing some survey, on data, on how much they earn in a year and how much, what's their net worth. And Elon Musk comes to be the man actually who makes money, the net worth that Mukesh Ambani's got all together. But what I'm trying to say is, Elon Musk earns in a year whatever the net worth Mukesh Ambani's got. So that was very kind of a exciting article. So, but again, I'm not trying to compare them. What I'm trying to say is, we always want to learn from champions, either, no matter who you are, where you are. So, but we always want to see who are champions, and then we want to learn from them. And then I think there's a lot of this is just an example actually. So America, so again, there's got a lot of hardworking people. You'll learn a lot of, you'll get the space, you'll get the opportunity in the US. You'll also get a lot of champions who are going to actually train you. So again, the US, why do you choose US? You've got a lot of scholarship opportunities. You've also got easy process when it comes to visa. You talk about Canada, I know a lot of people go to Canada from India as well, but not now so far, right after a few months, in the past few months something went wrong with that. So now they're trying to US, but I know the document, I know the process, how actually, you gotta follow when you want to go to Canada or UK, but when it comes to US, you don't really go through a lot of process. So easy process, and the scholarships are really awarded if there are students that they can really afford a lot of money. I know a lot of money. It requires a lot of money, but But you don't have to worry about that if you've got a very good GPA, if you're a very good hardworking students, and what you're gonna have is you're gonna get a scholarship even up to 100%. Yes, that's right, you heard that right, guys. So you can even get up to 100% scholarship, that's called fully funded program. If you're very brilliant students and you've got a very good GPA, you can get up to 100, you can get up to 80%, you can get up to 50% or 20%, and then, so it's really affordable, I would say. So, and also, of course, there are certain rules and certain tests that you're gonna have to actually go through, like SCT or GRE and GMAT, if you're trying to apply for full scholarship programs. So one of the best things about US is is the scholarship. It's not that expensive like the UK. And also the job opportunities that I mentioned. So what matters in the visa? Let's go with the PowerPoint. I'll take the Q&A actually, maybe I missed some points, you've got some questions, I'll take that at the end. So what matters, let's talk about what matters in the visa interview. A lot of students actually prepare a lot, and at the end of time, like they fail, and they're so frustrated, they're just so sad about what they did, and they just feel like they're so unblessed, right? They're not blessed kids. They feel really horrible, I understand that. So, but what I want to tell you, and what really matters on the visa when you're trying to apply to the US is your GPA. The number one, the criteria is your GPA. So it really matters a lot, and I encourage all the students everywhere I go and everyone I meet, like I'm just trying to get a very good GPA, because people say, oh, certificates are really like this piece of paper. And it's a piece of paper if you're trying to be like, someone like a businessman, someone like Elon Musk, Mukesh Ambani. So otherwise, I would say people are not going to hear your philosophy, or they're not going to look your photograph and just give the opportunity, either that's a university or scholarship or job. I would say your GPA actually matters a lot. I'm saying this because a lot of young people, I understand that they've actually made a lot of error on their GPA. Even I made mistake in some points of my life in school, even though I was the very first guy, the first class in the guy. I thought like certificates and GPAs are really like a piece of paper. So it doesn't define me. Yes, that doesn't define me as a human being, but that does define us as a student or as someone who's gonna actually just look for the job or be successful in some extent actually. I would say, I would encourage here the maths group here to actually focus on the GPA if you're trying to really apply abroad in the future. And the very highly qualified and highly preferred GPA to the US is your 3 GPA. And also, that depends on, I don't know, like what kind of course you're doing again, your percentage or whatever. So try to attend 75 plus above. That's a very good GPA. And that's like a short visa. And they're going to see your transcript. The visa officers will see your transcript. And they'll see, like, they'll just try to say themselves, like, if either or not they're going to trust you that you're going to be a very good student, They really want, America wants a very good student. They don't want to entertain with the fake students. There's a lot of countries that have an open border. They really want to welcome anybody. People can make any fake documents and they can just enter. But US is very tough on that. They want to see your transcript, they want to see your GPA, they want to see your English proficiency, which actually is called IELTS, TOEFL, PTE, and Duolingo, whatsoever. So they really want to see whether or not you can cope up with the English environment right there. And then your financial status. And of course, in the US, you don't have to go through a lot of documents and a lot of notarization and properties and all. But still, you have to be able to support yourself. Your parents or your spouse or anyone who is supporting you have to be someone who's going to be able to support you while you're in the US. So these are the actual main 3 areas. Again, most of all, again, your GPA is what's going to matter and what's going to make you or what's going to break you. I mean, like financial status, like if you got a great GPA or English proficiency, you may be somebody very lucky student or candidate who's going to get a fully funded scholarship from the US, because US actually loves people, and especially those who are really unprivileged. We've got a lot of people. They don't have really good enough money to support themselves, and they end up actually doing something else. In their homeland, right? A lot of people they haven't done. I've seen people in Pakistan. I've seen people in India, people in Nepal, people in Bhutan and Bangladesh. They really want to go. They want to get a great opportunity, but many, because of the financial circumstances, they're not able to really just, like achieve the dream about going abroad. And the next generation will see that dream, and they go to Dubai and some other country to work, and they'll just, that's like, look, if you haven't actually matched up with your life, with your GPA, and you still have that opportunity to really just go after that. Because I've seen the people, I've seen someone very poor, like from no parents, with no parents, they're succeeding a lot, they've been the scientists. And I've seen those proof, and they've been the billionaires, they've been the millionaires. You know why? Because they really never messed up with the GPA. And which actually is something I would like to encourage right here. So again, 3 criteria: your GPA, your English proficiency, and your financial status, which actually is really important if you've got a very good GPA again. And the university time. What kind of university you're going to be actually studying? Is it kind of like a very new, or is it like a private university? Is it that does it have a very good graduate rate? A lot of people go to America again, like they won't actually stay at the same university. They'll just switch the program, meaning like there's got no graduate rate, meaning the reputation of the university is not really good. The career success is really low. If you got a very kind of, if you're choosing those kind of, universities, maybe you're unlikely to get the visa. And US visa is really easy. That I can tell you. So when you go for a visa interview, you're sure, like, you know that way to go, right? US embassies, India's got 4, 5. This is a US visa application and collection center in Bangalore. I see there are embassies in Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai, Hyderabad, and Bangalore. So let's talk about, I think the embassy in Bangalore is actually not really active to take in the interviews and all. They represent the embassy, but not really like so busy like working as like Mumbai and Kolkata and New Delhi. But New Delhi is the embassy that covers every embassy in India again. So even in Nepal, in many extents, even though we got the embassy, but still like we had to rely on New Delhi. So let's go to where to go for visa. That's done. So how to start the process? Let's talk about how to start the process when you're done with your university here. The first step is actually to start the application beginning. You're going to need your GPA, your transcript, your certificates, whatever the degrees you've earned. Along with that, you're going to need your English proficiency test, which is IELTS or TOEFL or Duolingo, whatsoever is required. And then, so you start the application and you wait for the school decision, and then right after, as soon as you get the decision, you get the I-20. That's called your offer letter. So right after that, you can fill the a DS-160 form, which is called visa form, and you can create the CGI and pay your visa fee, which is $185. So book your visa interview appointment, pay your savings fee, and that's $350. So you enter the visa and you get a result on the spot right there, and that's what it is. So the documents required, again, like you take a photograph, if you really find it, just like apply very soon, or or you can just Google them up, you can just collect the documents as well. So let's go ahead. This is the visa decision on the spot. It doesn't take a long time, like not 5 days or not 8 days or 1 month. Like Canada, it takes like 3 days sometimes, to 1 month sometimes. For Indian students. So US, like it doesn't take. It's on the spot. You get the visa or you don't get the visa. So okay. How many universities beyond education represents, as I mentioned, about beyond, like we represent more than 2,000 universities across the US, including public and the private universities. And right now is the season for fall intake. So we're taking students for fall intake. Fall, they're mainly like a 2 season. Fall intake and spring. Spring, which is actually January, which is already gone. The fall, which is 8 to come, that's for August intake. Right? There are also spring intake or winter, which are very small intakes actually. So, but the main intakes are fall and spring, January and August. So we're taking the application for January right now. Okay. So what separates beyond education? Let's talk about beyond education again. American trainers are always there. In fact, they're not just trainers actually; they're my business partners too. So we try to actually expand our company in India, in Bangalore, in Mumbai, and New Delhi very soon. We're also trying to expand our company in the Philippines very soon. So we've got a company, our headquarters right now is in Nepal, Pokhara actually. So we've got the American trainers and ICF certified counselors. We've got British council certified IELTS trainer. If you talk about IELTS, IELTS certified IELTS trainer. Pearson PD certified PD trainers. And real American faces. It's not something like they went to America and became America after they received the green card and became like now representing America. No way. They've actually born and brought like from America, they've white face. So they're going to talk to you like about America, the culture, the job opportunities, and they're going to be talking about the real-time culture. So, which actually you can see some of them on YouTube as well. Beyond Education Consultancy. Why Beyond Education again? I'm continuing with that. So our belief is something that what we believe, and I and my team, what we believe is actually our students come to us and walk through our door, and they believe it because of their trust they on us. And we believe that we're very responsible to actually handle the future, because it's not like a 3 month. It's not a matter of 3 months or like a 6 month or 1 month or one application. What we say or what we feel is actually that's your entire future, because what you do today or just a day, that's got a lot to do with the future. You know, that can save a lot. That can keep us safe, any kind of safe. What we feel is actually that's the biggest responsibility, and we believe that we really do what we really do in a very great way. So and what we feel is actually like part of our dreams about expanding companies and just helping students across the world with visa and immigration. So we really want to serve people. You know, we love people more than like nations or anything like that. We love people. We really want to change the world with the transformation. We want to educate the world. And I know there are so many people there, as I mentioned, like they have the dream, but they have to kill the dream because of the financial status, because of they're not really getting the right mentors. So it's not just like ICF, like I'm the ICF certified agent, you know, and not this is for the education, visa, and immigration. We've also got like some of my team members, they're actually US state government certified psychological counselors. And then we've actually combined the team, and we also provide the right type of mentorship when you talk about your future. When you talk about your dreams, and a lot of young people, they don't know what to follow right at the best of right there. We really feel for people, we feel for the world, and we really want to give the best, because we want to change the world with love, care, and humanity, and respect and education. So we feel that we're so responsible to actually give you the genuine guidance, when it comes to guiding for your future. Because I say this even, you know why? Because a lot of people, they're not meant to go to the US, but they ended up going to the US. And there are so many people, they're not meant to actually go to Australia or New Zealand or UK or Canada. They ended up going there and they regret it. And they're making, some are so prostitute, you can see them on WhatsApp, TikTok. I think TikTok's banned in India, right? So you can watch them on, like so many people, because they made the wrong decision. And what I can assure you when it comes to Beyond is you won't make that mistake, because I believe, and my team believes in making sharp choices. That's a highlight. Make the sharp choices all the time. My mom always said, make the sharp choices. So we want to make sharp choices. We want to help people to make sharp choices. If you don't make the sharp choices today, you're going to struggle a lot in your entire life. And your next generations will struggle a lot. Which actually we really feel that we're so responsible for your entire life. Not just you, but for the next generation too. So, and we won't make that mistake with you. That I can tell you. I can promise you. So, what's the way to connect with Beyond? We are so far the leading study abroad agency on YouTube platform. So let's see, how big we can be on the physical, but on the YouTube platform, actually, it's just been 9 or 10 months we started this YouTube. This has been very popular across India. It's really popular, and India is a country that watches our YouTube than any other countries in the world. So part of the reason I think India has a lot of population, it's #1 population in the world, and the other part is because Indians are actually good American than many people in the world. So, all right, that's my LinkedIn profile. If you're on LinkedIn, please connect me on LinkedIn, and I can answer your questions. If you got any questions regarding any visa or immigration or study or any scholarships or any kind of things, or if you're trying to also, and you're welcome if you want try to be an entrepreneur in the future and trying to go to US. Welcome there, and the people. I always try to actually connect with the visionaries and ambitious people and try to do something. If you feel that you want to change the world with something else before you die, so I'm one of those persons. You can connect me all the time. I'm right there. So that's my I've been into corporate business. I've been property and different type of business actually, or aircraft sales as well. So that's my other kind of like a side job, side work. But I'm completely focused, and when I come to India, so I'll be completely focused on study abroad and immigration visa services, which will be my very full time. Thank you, everyone. If you got the, is that, all right, thank you, and have a great day. Namaskar.